He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price, the Volquest stock report for the South Carolina week. Stock up for me, I'm going to go Dylan Sampson. Brent, he was simply really good, man. I mean, a week after not getting a carry at Florida, he goes for 11 carries, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I don't even count the little Utah pass he caught and regained, a nice chunk of yards. So, I mean, kid's about 160 total yards on Saturday. Tennessee'd love to have that this coming Saturday against South Carolina from any of their backs, not just Dylan Sampson, but he's stock up for me. Stock up for you.
I'm going to go with the veteran Tyler Barron, who I think is putting together his best season. And when you look at his numbers, at 4 sacks, 3 quarterback hurries, he only had 7.5 career sacks coming into the game. I think he's playing within the system much better. Rodney Garner talked about it on Tuesday that he's about the whole and not the sum, meaning it's not just about his production, it's about everybody else's production. He's benefited a couple of times for some sacks. He's created some sacks for some other people a couple of times. Be a real challenge for him this week, but Tyler Barron's playing his best football of his Tennessee career.
Stock down for me, I will go with Andre Keurig. I thought he had his worst game of his 4-game Tennessee career on Saturday. They've got to kind of get that figured out with Cooper's, looming return. They need to get that left guard spot figured out. And I don't know if that's, Andre playing better. I don't know if that's, putting somebody else in there. But either way, like they have to get better play from that left guard spot. So, for me this week, again, it's on one game, but, I think he's got to be better this week against the South Carolina front that's, capable, but has still had plenty of down moments this year. Stock down for you.
For me, it's about this team playing 60 minutes because they haven't done it the last 2 weeks. You can't take a quarter off and beat good teams. And Tennessee, took a quarter off at Florida. They were poor on both sides of the ball in that second quarter, gave up 20 points, got shut out, and the game got away from them. You're saying, okay, well, that's on the road. It's an anomaly. It's a one-time deal, Austin. Then you look at last week against UTSA. I know they were up 31-0. They lost their stinger or whatever the case may be. But defensively, you come out, you miss 5 tackles on the opening drive, and in the third quarter, you get shut out 14-0. You give up 140 yards. You only rack up 54 yards of offense. Now, new clock rules, I know that can affect things, but you just can't no-show for a quarter. Tennessee's going to have to play 60 minutes if they're going to beat South Carolina Saturday night.
Stock stagnant for me. I'm going to roll with the fact that Tennessee had several players get dinged up last week. And, and knowing kind of how this staff handles injuries until you get to Saturday, you always kind of are wondering like what's real and what's not. I mean, Joe took a big shot on that leg. I know he's been out there, but how limited is he? Where are they at with Jalen Wright? Again, everything seems like it's fine there, but I guess you just never know. Ramel Keaton, Aaron Beasley, John Campbell. You can go right down the list. I think all those guys should play this week, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if something comes out of left field. And I'm not trying to tease anything. I don't know anything, but it wouldn't surprise me if one couldn't go just because how they kind of handle these things. But at the same time, based on my talks to everybody, it seems like everybody's going to be good to go in this one, but we'll see. I think it bears watching. Stock stagnant for you.
Yeah, for me, it's defending a mobile quarterback. Tennessee's not played a guy with legs. Now, Spencer Rattler is not a guy looking to run all the time. Spencer Rattler is the guy who will run on third down to move the sticks, but when he gets outside the pocket, he's looking to make a play with his arm. But Tennessee's not played a guy who can do this. And a year ago, he absolutely torched Tennessee. So can Tennessee keep him hemmed up, bottled up in the pocket, but still get some pressure in his face? Or do they let him bounce outside, give up contain too much, and ask that secondary to cover Xavier Leggett 6, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and that becomes a real challenge. So how does Tennessee handle defending a mobile quarterback, a guy whose legs are a big asset to what he does? Differently than you see a quarterback running for 100 yards a game. That's not what he's trying to do. But he will get it outside the pocket, buy himself some time, and he will rip that thing down the field. So how does Tennessee handle a mobile quarterback? We just haven't seen him have to do it this year.
He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price for the Volquest stock report for this South Carolina week.